served as my mentor. But you know what? I wish someone had. I wish someone older than me and wiser than the people in Orlando had taken me aside and said, "You're all right, kid. You're not crazy or sick or evil. You can grow up and to be a doctor or a teacher like anybody else." But no one ever said that to me, Mama. I had to find it out on my own. And so, you know, I had everything I had to say about that 32 years ago, and it really saddens me that the message is still not home. I think the brilliance of Dan Savage's campaign is that for the first time he's asked us as adults to take responsibility for that and take care of our children. And not, I think there was a reaction when Nina Bryant did do the, you know, they all recruit children thing, that everyone said, oh, well, we mustn't talk about teenagers. Or, hell, teenagers, I knew when I was 9 years old, not in a sexual way. I knew it was my nature. I knew that there was something wrong with me because I didn't like the war movies the way the other kids did, you know. That's happening now. And if there's I try not to be the person who puts the bright, you know, the silver lining on everything, but the reality is that gay kids have been killing themselves for years.
Yes.
The suicide rate has always been higher than that of other kids. And we're just hearing about it now, and we're hearing about it because their parents aren't putting up with it anymore, because there are adults who are saying, this is what happened to my child in this school. So it's progress. We're getting there. We are getting there. We have to believe it as adults that it gets better, because it's hard to sometimes. When this becomes such an endless up and down battle over DADT and everything else, and our friends, you know, promise us things, our friends the Democrats, promise us things, and then discard us at the last minute when it proves too hot to handle. So we have to keep up the pressure. That letter, by the way, I'm looking at your Scissor Sisters t-shirt here. And it's been adapted over the years. As some of you know, the Gay Men's Choruses have a long version of it. Jason Sellards, Jake Shears, and John Garden of the Scissor Sisters have written a beautiful little version of it that will be performed when Tales of the City, the musical, has its premiere. Starring Betty Buckley as Anna Madrigal. Sometimes I think I've had more than one queen can handle. I sat the other day at the workshop and watched her sing this new, you know, it was wonderful to watch those guys who are so talented and who have no vanity about what they do. They you know, if the song they think is not working, they toss it out and do another one. And suddenly when they realized they had Betty Buckley on their hands, my God, we've got to write a song for Betty Buckley. You know? So they did this second act, or this first act closer that just ripped my heart out, and I was this distance from her when she was trying it out for the first time. And it's very interesting to find in my dotage that I now relate so much more strongly to the romance between Anna and Edgar than I do to the kids that I wrote about, you know. Yes?